Hi team, I just wanted to do a little bit of a session on why willpower for positive thinking won't really work. You know, like we're all like sort of going, okay, I've got to be positive and I've got to be, you know, which is really, really good. But it's really, really hard when you're just relying on your willpower to do that. What's far more effective and what makes it a whole lot easier to deal with crises. And look, most of us have had, you know, a number of crises in our lives. We've faced situations different to this one that we're facing right now, but most of us have been through some crisis or another. How did you react in that time? How was your mental stability in that time? Do a bit of a reflection and start to think, how is the best way to cope with the stresses that we are all facing? Because it's pretty, you know, it's massive. It's massive. There's no other way to say it. So the things that I find that really keep me calmed down and keep my immune system up high and my stress levels lower is habit and process and planning and preparation. Habit, process, planning and preparation. So we've all had our daily routines disrupted. So what's really important now is that we start to establish new daily routines. And at the moment, it's very fluid. So we're changing. Once you have a routine in place, it will become easier. Everything is always easier when you're used to doing it. Your brain has already made the pathways to do that habit, and it will just automatically do it, and it will be less stress. So that's why any change is always very difficult for humans, because we are creatures of habit, and when our habits are disrupted for some reason, that can cause a little bit of chaos in our brain. So what are some of the practical things that you can do? Well, starting your day off really strong and really right is a really good place to start, because if you start off having a plan in place, doing your morning routine and not neglecting all of those really important things like your hydration, your nutrition, your sleep, and these are the things that usually go flying out the window when a crisis hits, but it's really, really important that they don't fly out the window. I'll give you an example. Like when my mum had her aneurysm, and I've just released the book Relentless about her story about bringing her back, and we were in a total crisis as a family. She was in ICU fighting for her life, and in that time we had to establish a new routine. We had to get habits. We had to be living in very close quarters with all of us, which was interesting. We had to have timetables when who was going to be with mum at what particular time. We had times when each one of us was let out to go and do their physical exercise, because physical exercises reduces your cortisol levels, reduces your adrenaline, and these things are all fear inducing. So if you have a lot of adrenaline running around in your body right now and a lot of cortisol, you're going to be feeling a lot of fear. So we made it a priority to get that physical exercise in order to control those cortisol levels and those adrenaline levels. We also tried to set up a good nutrition routine for ourselves and to have some patterns to things. And when you do this in any crisis that you're facing, you've got to prioritize those things that are going to keep you mentally healthy, because you have to stay focused, on track, being able to pivot and be adaptable and flexible in the moment. And that's where the habits and the processes will help you. So maybe it's time today, if you've got time, to sit down and do some planning. If you're having to shift with your work, like all our businesses are, you know, completely disrupted right now. I've lost my income for the next 6 months, so I'm pivoting really, really fast. I'm trying to work out what is the best way for us to move forward. How can I serve our clients the best way? And all of these types of things. And that's going to require some adaptable, quick thinking. It's going to mean we're going to have to be able to move very fast. And a lot of us are facing this with our workplaces, where we're having to do all these new things that we've never done before. So take some time to do the planning. Then comes the preparation, doing things in a methodical manner so that you know what is coming next. Then another great practice to involve is gratitude. Doing a gratitude practice every day, whether it's writing in a journal or whether it's just sitting down at the table with your immediate family or online with your friends and talking about a couple of things that you're grateful for, even in this crisis. You might be very, very grateful that you're living in New Zealand and not Italy right now. You might be very, very grateful that you're healthy and you're strong because you've been keeping yourself fit. You might be, grateful for your children, whatever it is that you're grateful for. Start thinking on those things, and that will start helping your body just calm down. Calming down is really, really crucial. So it's not about willpower and positive thinking for positive thinking's sake, because that won't last very long. But what will last is if you set processes and habits in place. Once that groove is established in the brain and that habit is already going over, it's going to be easier to cope with all the changes happening. So that's me for today, guys. Hope this helps, and stay positive and stay strong, and use those habits, use those processes, use that planning, and use that preparation to get us through this time. Reach out to me if you want any help with anything. If you want to, we're trying at the moment in our business to get online workouts available for our clients, and to be able to deliver sort of content to you in your homes. So stay tuned for that. I've also got a book launch on Thursday night to discuss my book Relentless, all the lessons that I learned, which are just so pertinent to this situation right now, and that's on Thursday night, and that's to replace the Christchurch book launch. But anybody anywhere in the world can join us. You just have to go to christchurch.lisatamati.com to register. I'll put that in the description below. christchurch.lisatamati.com, 6 p.m. on Thursday. If you want to come and join me for a party, you can bring a glass of wine, and Mum's going to be there too, and we're going to talk about the book, about the journey, about the lessons, more importantly, that we learned along the way. And I hope it's going to help lots and lots of people. So thanks for your attention, guys, and we'll see you soon.